What's up, folks? How's it going? Haven't made a video in a little while because I haven't had any ideas, and even today I'm just going to partially talk about something everyone else has talked about, which is this issue in Texas, all right, with these textbooks. And I am going to go out on a limb and say that this is not necessarily a bad thing. First of all, I wouldn't put too much. I wouldn't worry too much about how much people are learning from their public school textbooks, because most people don't know anything about Thomas Jefferson anyway, don't know anything about the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence. I mean, most people don't even know that there was a War of 1812. I've talked to people that don't even know who was involved in the Civil War. So it would seem to me that our problem here is not inadequate textbooks, it's inadequate education. I think until we are even able to teach our students to read on a consistent basis, that we shouldn't really be too worried about what's inside the books. The obvious joke here is I didn't think this was a problem because I wasn't aware that people in Texas could read. And I know it's an obvious joke, but it's kind of true. These just don't seem like reading people to me. They don't seem like the kind of people that are like, oh, the new textbook is out, you guys want to go read it? You know, and they sit around and read the textbook. That's not the kind of shit that goes on in Texas. But the way in which I think this is a good thing is that there is still a huge contingent of people, and I get asked these questions all the time, on the internets and in real life. You know, Chris, what's the problem, man? These people, you know, these Christians, they just kind of want to do their own thing. They don't want to fuck up your life. They don't want to control everything. Yes, they do. Okay, these kind of subtle and sometimes not so subtle changes to the history is exactly the sort of thing that a totalitarian regime would do, that a fascist would do, that somebody like that would do. Okay, alter history for their benefit, because these people want us to live in a theocracy. And if you have doubts about that, just look at a story like this situation in Texas. Obviously, this doesn't mean we're going to turn into a theocracy overnight, but it shows that there is a goal there. Now, the thing that I found to be strange, more so than the Thomas Jefferson thing, is the issue with McCarthy. Because, like, TJ was like, oh, and all the Republicans, you know, this whole conservative line about McCarthy, like, that's not a conservative line. It would be I think it would be the traditional Republican line to say that McCarthy was full of shit. Okay, I've not seen a bunch of Republicans standing up and saying that McCarthy was right. So I don't know where this came from. I don't know who created this, and I don't really understand in whose benefit claiming that McCarthy was right. In whose benefit is that? Okay, I don't understand. You know, I'd be even willing to say that there's a possibility that Joe McCarthy was actually a communist plant, because he did more damage to the American political system than anyone could have dreamed. You know, so I wouldn't blame the Republicans for something like that McCarthy thing, because I don't think that that's the standard line in the Republican Party, that McCarthy was right. I don't know where that comes from. The second thing I want to talk about is CNN can suck my dick. Okay. Now, I've been blocked from websites before. Okay, but it's always either been for a good reason or it's been explained. I've been blocked from commenting on CNN.com, and I have no idea why. I have posted 5 comments. No swearing. Not even about like anything controversial like religion. I have no idea why I've been blocked, and I can't find out why. So CNN.com is moderated by assholes. All right. The last comment I had made before I was blocked was about Avatar. Okay, and I didn't say anything that anybody else on there hadn't already said. because the story was, Hurt Locker wins Best Picture, and all the Avatar fanboys are like, oh, no, it's all political. The Republicans that run, the conservatives that run Hollywood. Yeah, right. They actually said that. Well, I don't know when the fuck this happened. This must have happened last week when all the conservatives started to run Hollywood. The conservatives that run Hollywood are just pushing this war movie that glorifies war and glorifies, whatever, war, and all that shit. First of all, I don't think the Hurt Locker glorified war at all. I think that Hurt Locker took a very neutral position on whether or not war is right or wrong, and whether or not that particular war was right or wrong. I think it was just about the guy, and his experience in the war. It didn't really make any judgment calls on it. But these people are so blinded by politics that they just assume that it must be something political, and it's not. I'm sorry, Hurt Locker is just a better movie than Avatar. Avatar was, dare I say, gay. It was kind of gay. And I'm glad that a movie that had real human beings in it and didn't cost, the GDP of a small country to make is able to win. Okay, I mean, the same people that say that Avatar should have won this year are the same people that didn't want to watch Gran Torino last year because it didn't have any giant robots in it. I don't know, but CNN.com can suck my cock. All right. And if they're going to block me for the things that I said, there's a lot of motherfuckers on that website that need to be blocked immediately. I don't know. I'll talk to you folks later.